Hello everyone on YouTube. So I thought I'd share some of my knowledge with yourselves around IT based on the previous video that I uploaded that you wanted to hear more about IT related things. So basically I'm going to go through basically practice questions on the CompTIA Plus exam, and more specifically the actual the CompTIA A Plus 2020-801. So I'm going to go through practice questions and explain the reasons why, the answers of that, and basically go through each question to see what you're kind of going to expect from the exam, what type of questions are going to be laid on basically. So let's have a look at the first question. So the first question is which architecture is used to build a central processing unit, or a CPU socket basically. Now the options we have there are CHS, PGA, ATA or EIDE. Basically, today's CPU sockets, they're basically built from like a pin grid array, so that's going to be the PGA. Obviously, it speaks for itself. I mean, all the other ones just don't make any sense towards the actual CPU socket at all. So we'll just quickly move on to the next question. So it's a pin grid array. Basically, you've got loads of actual pins on the actual processor. Instead of like the actual beds that's used anymore. So basically you're looking for the pins in the processor, and they sit in like a slot, and there is a little chip on the side of the processor to not allow it to be fitting the wrong way around. It's causing you to blow your CPU. So that's the answer to the first question anyway. So I'm going to look at the next question. So the next question is what is the purpose of Scalable Link Interface Technology, or SLI basically? So what does it do? So it groups two or more network links together to increase performance. It groups two video cards together to increase performance. It utilises multiple serial connections to increase performance. It provides scalability for motherboard serial connections. So all the other ones there are basically either around network or serial connections. The one that stands out is the video cards, because that is the correct answer, because SLI technology groups two video cards together to provide scalability and increase video performance. That computer that can obviously host it on the PCI Express card is obviously then SLI compatible. And that's the answer to that question. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. And the next question: which processor technology contains two processor cores in a single processor package and provides all the advantages of a multi-processor computer? Okay, so the options we have are hyper-threading technology, CPU throttling technology, dual core technology, or MMX technology. Okay, so the answer to that is dual core technology, because dual core technology contains two processor cores in a single processor package and provides almost the advantages of a multi-processor computer. In the dual core technology, it was introduced in the days of AMD in Intel 2005. Dual core processors, 32-bit processors, can run in 64-bit mode. Basically, it just gives you better, more advantages. So that's the actual process technology, what it's called, and actually contains two physical cores. Hyper-threading technology is where you're linking multiple CPUs together. CPU throttling, it can be a hardware-based device or even a software-based device. And MMX technology, it was introduced in the 5th generation Pentium processors to improve video compression and decompression basically, so it's completely unrelated to the actual question. So we'll move on to the next item. Okay, this is going to be quite an easy one. It's basically just a question of like, what is an example of a solid state drive? Okay, so an ATA hard drive, a CD-ROM drive, a USB flash drive, or a DVD drive. Well, the answer there is obviously a USB flash drive, because it's physical memory. It's not a rotating disk, it's not anything that has to move. A USB flash drive is generally an example of a solid state drive. They do not have moving parts, they're not magnetic, and they're not optical, they are just a physical drive. And obviously an ATA drive is magnetic, so that rules out immediately. So the next question we have is, you want to enhance your security provided by BitLocker. What should you enable in order to enable BitLocker to work? So the options we have are EFS, NTFS, TPM, or a BIOS password. Now, obviously, EFS is a boot. It's like a BIOS level. Macs use it, for example. It's another alternative to a BIOS, basically. NTFS is a file system. It is a basic file system. It is not secure in any way. It is no type of security or encryption. TPM is the correct answer, because that's the Trusted Platform module, which works with BitLocker to encrypt your hard drive and keep everything safe. EFS, which is, obviously I would say, the encrypted file system. It's a new technology over NTFS, but BIOS passwords don't really link with BitLocker at all, so that's irrelevant. But the answer to that is the TPM, which is the Trusted Platform module. Okay, we'll do one more question for this video, just to give you an example or understanding of what type of questions will be included in the actual exam. So we'll just look at this next one. While performing routine maintenance on your company's firewall, you discover that port 3389 is open. Which service uses this port? Is it the File Transfer Protocol, Remote Assistance, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or Secure Hypertext Transfer Protocol? So obviously for the exam you're going to need to memorise key ports that are open on firewalls and certain ranges of IP addresses as well. You're going to need to know these key little things, and it's just not something that you should know off the top of your head. It's something that's you should just memorise for the exam, then completely forget down in the future, because you'll never need to know it again, because it's a quick Google search and you'll find it out. But for the purpose of the exam, the answer for this is remote assistance. It's the MSTSC port, basically. It's obviously the FTP is port 2021, HTTP is port 80, HTTPS is port 443. It's just things that you should memorise off the top of your head. You know, you need to know it for the exam, and then in future reference you won't actually need to know it. But you'll find that getting down the line working with technology is something that you just seem to know. It's not something you have to know to get on in the world, but you need to remember it. So yeah, the answer to that is remote assistance, for the reason that that is the default port that they use for that service. Well, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I know there's not been many questions in here, and if you would like me to extend and focus on the entire exam, or more questions, or go more in depth to this, then just let me know, drop me a message below, and I can even focus on other exams within the Microsoft series and Network and Cisco series. So if you let me know, even Apple we can go down if you want. Just comment in the section below. I can look into any exam you want to do in the Microsoft series. I'll go through that exam to the best of my knowledge and ability. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.